Hi class. So this week we are reading the chapter on description in patterns, and inside of that chapter there are 3 essays by 3 different women on 3 very different subjects. And what I want you to bear in mind when you're reading these things is I want you to be on the lookout for the hallmarks of good description. What are the hallmarks of good description? I'm glad you asked. What they are selecting the right details. Sometimes when you submit some writing to me, I might tell you that I need a little bit more from you. I need more description. I need another example. And I need you to be more specific. Many times I'll ask you for more details. So how can you come up with some more details in your own writing? You can be aware of the 5 senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. Smell is frequently the strongest sense when we're describing something that we remember. We all automatically start with sight. It's just our biggest sense, and it's a very natural way to begin a description, to describe what something looks like. In your own writing, I want to challenge you to begin to see what else you can add to describing how something looks. Is there a sound associated with it? A smell, a taste, a feel, texture? So these are the things I want you to be aware of. I want you to be aware of figurative language. That is metaphor and simile, which describe things. Simile is the one that uses like or as, and metaphor is the one that doesn't. And also the last part is whether a description is objective or subjective. The difference between them: objective means as dispassionate as possible. So it's more like a lab report, where you're really just describing things, but you're not attributing any kind of emotion or judgment. Whereas subjective is you want to give the reader a feeling, an emotion, to associate with what it is you're describing. So you use adjectives that will elicit sympathy or arouse passions or communicate some kind of an idea. The whole reason to do description is so that you are creating what we call a dominant impression. That is the most obvious sense that you get as a reader from a piece of writing. Or as a writer, the biggest thing about whatever the subject is that you want your readers to get from your writing. That's called the dominant impression. So when you read the essay called Rice, I want you to be on the lookout for what can you tell from that essay about the author's father and about how she feels about him, what their relationship was like. When you read Ground Zero, I want you to figure out where the author is being objective and where she's being subjective when she describes going to visit the site in Lower Manhattan where the World Trade Towers used to stand before 9/11. And in The Hidden Life of Garbage, I want you to be on the lookout for any kind of figurative language. Now you can do all of those things with all 3, but if you can come up with some sense of the dominant impression, some sense of objective versus subjective description, and some understanding of how the figurative language is used, then you'll really be getting a lot out of these essays. So the additional reading in the book is the front part of that chapter on description before the essays begin, and it's very important that you read that information as well. I think that's about all I have for you today. You have a lot of stuff to do this week, a lot of reading and writing, so I'm going to let you get to it. If I haven't already posted your grade when you're watching this, it will be up very soon for the diagnostic, and that assignment will be open until everybody has a chance to complete it. That is the editing log associated with that. Alright, so keep that writing coming, and please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions about anything, and I will see you next time.